Are we good? Sound fine?
I think sounds great. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. Okay.
So, thank you for taking the time today to come and speak to me.
That's all right. It's great to actually meet a Chester student. So what course are you on?
So I'm currently studying my PGCE in secondary religious education.
Okay, so it's a postgraduate certificate, isn't it?
Postgraduate, yeah.
So were you here before?
I've just completed my undergraduate in Chester in theology and religious studies, and I graduated this year.
Terrific. So that's very good that you're happy to stay on.
Yeah, Chester's more like home now, so
good.
Won't be leaving anytime soon.
Terrific. Well, I like the sound of that coming in as your new Vice-Chancellor.
Good, I'm glad. So I think that moves us perfectly onto our first question. For new students, they may not know what a Vice-Chancellor is, so could you tell me a little bit about what your role consists of?
Yes, it's an odd title because it sounds as if one's a deputy, but actually the Vice-Chancellor is the chief executive of the company. If you think of a university as a business or an institution, the chief executive is the sort of responsible person for all the finance, all the quality of what goes on. And my particular interest is in student experience, so I'm thrilled to be coming to be a Vice-Chancellor at a university like Chester, which puts that at the heart of what it does.
Okay, so Chester putting students at the heart of what they do is one of the reasons why you want to be a Vice-Chancellor. Are there any other things that drew you to Chester?
I think the potential, the location, super location, very interesting campuses, and very close to the businesses that the students are interested in. Really close, so lots of great work experience embedded in the courses, lots of great visiting speakers and meeting professionals, and for students able to decide, do they want to do this job or that?
Yeah. So along with the opportunities that Chester provides for their students, do you think there's anything in particular that makes the University of Chester unique that really drew you to it?
I think it's ambition for its students. I think the fact that it really cares about where they go after they graduate. It's not just any job. They're very keen on getting them into graduate employment. They're very interested in keeping in touch. I was at an event here recently where students who'd been here in the 1950s and 60s bothered to come back and to catch up both with each other, but also to the place because they had such a connection to it.
Yeah. I know in our graduation, the Vice-Chancellor said that Chester Uni is a part of you and you are a part of Chester Uni. So I feel like once you're a student, you're always going to be a student in some way, shape or form.
That's a really nice expression.
So what are your personal visions for the future of the university?
What I would like is for it to be better known. It's rather a hidden gem.
Yeah, I mean, I grew up in East London and I only stumbled across Chester on the UCAS search. I'd never heard of it before and it thankfully ticked all the right boxes for me.
Great.
So you drew on student experience earlier on and you said that it's an important thing. What are your plans for student experience?
Well, I will be listening very closely to what the current students are saying about their experience here. In fact, this afternoon I've got a meeting with 3 of the Student Union executive and they're very key to monitoring and improving the student experience. So I'll be looking at student feedback, both from this year and previous years, and looking to see what the university's done to improve the student offer. But I'll also be thinking, what else is good out there? What's best in class? You know, what could we have at Chester? Working with the Students' Union particularly to make sure that happens.
When you reflect back to the days that you were a student, do you remember your first day at university? How did you feel?
I did. I had been travelling and my luggage had gone missing. So luckily I went along with my brother to a local market and dressed myself for about £1, which was great fun. So I wasn't as prepared as I thought I would be. I had all these visions of actually arriving, you know, intact with all my belongings. But actually just with the clothes I stood up in was a really good test because I didn't try and make an impression. I just met and talked to people and had a good time and met some very genuine friends. And I think that's the thing. Be yourself at university when you arrive. Be happy in who you are. And I think people will be drawn to you and friendships will be made very easily. So don't be nervous, don't be shy. Just sort of get involved really from day one.
Yeah, become a part of the student community and really divulge yourself into the community and the events. Do you think there is a typical kind of student which appeals to the University of Chester?
I don't know that yet because I haven't met enough of the students, I think. But on the face of it, it's probably students who want to have a personal experience of university where they are very much known, and not just known by the tutors on their course, but actually by others around the university. Because what struck me is the friendliness of the different campuses and the fact students are known by name, The whole place seems very much geared to being a community, rather than students just dropping in and doing their studies and going away again. So the library would be a great example, where students are very much supported in their studies.
I found that in my last 3 years, because I was part of such a small cohort, we were all known by name. And so it made our experience that little bit more valuable because we had a more personal relationship. And so our lecturers knew exactly how we worked and knew how to get the best out of us.
Yes. Good.
As someone new to the region, what have you made of it so far? So what does Chester have to offer that perhaps other towns you have been in
Oh, Chester's a very nice town. It's got a really good mixture of contemporary sort of arts, culture, cafes, great shops. It's got a nice feel to it. It's interesting to look at because of the different ages of the buildings and the history. Really nice town centre. And very friendly townspeople, I've decided.
Very friendly.
Very friendly.
You could, wherever you go, there's always somebody to say hello to and have a little chat with, which I think is so lovely. Have you posted about your Chester story on social media yet?
Oh no, you've got me there. I haven't. You're going to have to nudge me to do that.
So on our social media platforms, so Instagram, Twitter and Facebook, we have a hashtag #MyChesterStory. And so whenever you do something in Chester or as part of the university, if you put that hashtag, everyone can see what you're up to.
Okay.
And so it gives a nice community feel because we can see what all the students are up to and doing.
That's a great tip. I will most definitely do that. Does it count that I have to do it from my very first day?
I think we'll give you a leeway whenever you're ready.
Okay, thank you for that. I look forward to engaging with my Chester story.
Thank you so much for taking the time to speak to me today. I'm sure the students that will be watching this will find it just as interesting as I have. Do you have any final comments that you'd like to say?
Well, thank you for your time. I've thoroughly enjoyed it, Scarlett. And what I would like to say is I want to hear from students. I want to understand their experience here. I'm looking forward to meeting a lot of them. So please, they mustn't be shy if they see me around. Just come up, introduce themselves, say what course they're on, give me a flavour of the experience that they're having. And I will enjoy that very much.
Oh, fantastic. Thank you again for your time.